face off. It's a rematch of Super Bowl 21, and the action comes your way next.
We are across the Hudson from Midtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Denver Broncos and the New York Giants. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. Trucks over him. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. Now Jones. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
So they give up the completion there. But defensively, Charles, you're going up against a quarterback here who's had some moments, but really a lot of ups and downs in the early part of his career. What's the plan against a guy like this?
Well, you want to rattle him first and foremost. Bring some people at him, a couple extra guys in the pocket, see if he can handle it. The second thing, you want to make him think. Show him one look, go to another, disguise a few things, make him throw into what you call your defensive traps, and try to make some good plays on the ball and get a few takeaways.
A handoff to Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Sheds off the tackle. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him now. What a drive for him to kick off the new season.
Throwing Jones to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, Jones. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And Gano's kick is right through. And the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The loss, 2nd and 12. Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he will have a first down as they get into the ground at the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, but it'll be 2nd down.
Well, so much for getting separation. No chance there. Locked down tight, forcing the incompletion on that attempt.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion or would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone,
Herbert has it knocked free. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And the aggressive play call simply does not work out. You're on your own side of the field here. Punt it, right?
Yeah, I would agree with that. There's a time for analytics and a time for being aggressive, but not with this field position. There's also a time for good old football 101 sense. Punt it away. Let your defense take over with better field position.
23 yards, the final tally.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Barkley. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a nice second effort we just saw there, so I'm trying to get to the end zone, but a lot of times near the goal line, that second effort can lead to disaster. Make sure you hold on to the football because there's going to be guys swarming when you're carrying it.
Barkley again, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this.
After review of the play, the rule on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley punching it in from a yard away. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Gano the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
When they're out there, we'll see if they can pick those things back up. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Herbert off of play action. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A first down there on a pickup of 25. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
3 yards remain for second down.
Herbert.
Open man. He completes it to Judy.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 32-yard line. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. Going to throw on third down with Herbert.
That's going to be caught by Judy.
Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Judy, 28 yards. And the Broncos draw a bit closer. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch. And he loves that. And he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Here's Dante Pettis on the return.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Possession switching back to the New York Giants.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
45, 45, Mike, 45.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too.
And what was amazing to me was the fact he was able to get as much on the ball as he did, because he was on the run. Normally, when you're on the move like that, you don't expect the ball to go that far. You would think you need your lower body to be involved. That was an all-arm throw.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
After that sack, 3rd and long. Tough spot for Jones and the Giants.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Gano's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Justin Herbert leading this unit out for their next possession.
Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do? Put a man on him. The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
Open man Hamler, that's complete.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. So we've reached halftime. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. The first down run not going to get him a whole lot, maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And if Noah Fant keeps making catches like that, it might not be too long till we say he's one of the top 5 tight ends in football. When he was drafted, that was the expectation.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
Didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
7 yards, the pickup there.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
On 2nd down now, it's Gordon, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
Dante Pettis now from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big pickup of 38. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here.
7 yards, the pickup there.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jones under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Mike Purcell. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Jones throwing on 3rd and long. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants have taken the lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And they will take a 7-point lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. KJ Hamler returning it. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Denver's offense now set to go. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. plenty of time on the clock. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Herbert. This is the tight end Fant. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Herbert now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The handoff goes to Gordon, running left. And he stopped immediately there. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. Should rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's got his tight end Fant. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. It's a 1st down and more for Gordon. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. 61 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
New York's offense back out there and set to go.
They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Here's Jones.
To Barkley on the check down. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Hamler now on the return.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. That game has gone final in Foxborough, and the Patriots, they've gone in front late over the Dolphins. A win would be their second on the young season.
Now Herbert. Able to find Judy. Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that.
Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
Herbert. This will be caught. Judy.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams...
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Denver's offense ready to go again.
They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing, because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
82 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
First throw in overtime for Herbert.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. His big day receiving just keeps getting bigger. He's over 200 yards now on the afternoon. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now we've got a giant player here, slow to get up after that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back.
Herbert on first down now.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On 2nd down, it's Gordon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Throwing, Herbert.
And he whips that one incomplete there. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. As the fans exit back out through the turnstiles, not happy looks on their faces. feel like they probably let this one slip away at home in overtime.
I would agree with that, and their unhappiness,